Hello guys, Porsche wins again. I was trying to avoid having to use a downpipe with a quick connection right at the turbocharger flange, and Porsche beat me. Because I got to be able to reduce the vibrations in the system, and you have to be able to remove this pipe, which I did not state last night, past the bolt that is on the side of the catalytic converter mounting bracket, remove it up and over the transmission housing, up and over the mounting bracket that holds the crossmember support beam, and underneath the transmission mount that is behind you. So it has to be able to come up and over, spin and rotate, and then be able to drop down below. What I did now was I added the 3-bolt flange for the exhaust pipe, so when this goes back up and on, it has a slight curve at it, and it will allow me to then lift up and over to rotate in towards the vehicle, allowing the tab that is on this side of the catalytic converter to come up and over the transmission mount without hitting it. And then after bringing it back, you're able to then rotate it back straight, drop below the transmission mount, and then be able to drop the front of the catalytic converter underneath the engine support mount, which allows you to pull it out without having to do the necessary work of removing the transmission mount as is stated in the Porsche manual. This is actually why these pipes are designed and engineered with a curve on the pipe, making it look as if it's a snake or an S, coming off the catalytic converter and all the way up and over the transmission mount, allowing you to then be able to spin the pipe. And in Porsche engineering, this is the one catch with making this exhaust system again, and why it's so difficult and $10,000 for a replacement is because, unfortunately, an improper alignment for each individual component and incorrect sizing of each one of the bend angles will cause you to not be able to remove this pipe once installed. Hence why I used V-band clamps from the bottom of the catalytic converter. Since then, I've gotten quite skillful with being able to create the correct bends. What I found out was Porsche uses multiple 45-degree bends and mandrel bends, and they cut them in half and spin them in different places, sometimes 3 times, in order to create the individual bends that will spin the pipe 20 degrees on the vertice, allowing you to then create the correct bend and twist maneuver, allowing you to not bump into each individual component as you remove the pipe. I'll show you the rest of it as I finish this. This is going to become the new turbocharger down pipe that I'm going to weld onto the back of the turbocharger, which will be just the correct size for me to make sure I can get it back in place.